Hello, children.
Hello. Dan expecting the new GTA is going to be different from like the Red Dead Redemption shit. It makes me so sad because like, oh boy, do people love to go through shit on those video games?
Yeah, they do like that, but
And in that leak, it looked like a lot like you can do a bunch of dumb shit
yeah.
very slowly.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Let me bring up chat because that's where I see you people. YouTube.com.
Chat.
These people.
Chat.
Adjust my own camera because I am too tall. I like it.
Firstborn unicorn.
It sounds like Primus.
Yeah, sure.
A little bit.
Live. There it is. There's a man pointing a gun at
A
me.
little bit. I love Primus.
He's not pointing a gun at you. He's clearly pointing it past you. Calm down.
Is Primus problematic now?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But
I
probably.
like the bass. Like the bassist of the bass.
I love when all the pictures come up on OC Remix. And it's just a bunch of nerds making this music. Okay. There we go. Hi, chat. We're going to get started very soon. I am going to test a few things.
Do you have a picture to show us?
Hey,
What's that?
you guys hear me?
Do you have any?
Start cheering now.
We can
You
hear,
can hear it.
Yeah, did chat hear it, though? Why wouldn't you guys?
Does
No, you
chat
guys,
hear
you guys
it?
did hear it, but I'm afraid
Yeah, we did hear
that
it.
is the other one. It was probably pretty quiet for y'all. Okay. I think we are good to go.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so let me move
Is
that
that
up.
Donkey Kong?
Okay. All right.
The song, yeah.
All right, Mike, if I count us in, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Christian, you recording? You good to go?
I am ready.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering now. Yeah, let's get this over with. Yeah.
Woof, woof. Hi, I'm Mike Minotti, and I am a Nintendog.
Hello, I'm Jeff Grubb, and I am a Nintendog.
Today, Jeff's favorite video game ever might be coming to the Switch. Hideki Kamiya is leading Platinum Games, and what are we going to be for Halloween? But first, Jeff Grubb, how are you doing on today, September 19th, 2023? You like how I want to get the date in there, but I kind of change where I introduce the date every single week?
Yeah.
I forget halfway through.
I mean, listen, you got to keep yourself on your toes, keep the listeners on their toes.
Yeah.
Mike, you know how I'm doing today. Couldn't be more excited. It's my favorite holiday of the year. Last of Us Day. Let's fucking go.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. The kids are so excited. We got our Last of Us bush up in the family room. I am just rock hard.
I don't know. Look, I know. Look, of course, I'm just indignant about Last of Us because I'm kind of over The Last of Us. But what, every franchise just gets a day just because they have like a date listed in its story somewhere that becomes the day for this. Whatever. Look, it's all just, no holidays are real. It's fine. If they want to have a stream once a year and sell a T-shirt, okay, good on them. Yeah, happy Last of Us Day, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure that everyone got beautiful presents. What do you get someone for a good Last of Us Day?
Like an antidepressant, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure,
At
yeah.
least all the other like media things that have their own day, like Star Wars Day or First Contact Day for Star, like those are kind of like, well, that's kind of like fun. I can have like a fun day, and me and the kids can like watch some Star Wars. Like, it's Last of Us Day, everybody. Let's watch these people battle depression and starve to death.
Let's hit a man with a golf club. That's just that's what you do. You get Grandpa in the family room, and the kids take turns hitting him with a golf club. It's a very special time of year.
It is. My day was bad because I got upset about the Bombcast.
Yeah, which thing did we not correct this time?
Well, Dan was going on one of his insane tangents about how he doesn't like Lord of the Rings. It can't just be like, well, I just don't like it. It's not for me. It's his whole. He has a philosophy about what a hero should be.
Okay, but his philosophy is so stupid that it's easy to dismiss out of hand, right, sure. Mike?
I don't care about that. The problem is, then in the middle, he's like, I don't like fantasy journal except for Zelda. And then Jan kind of meekly goes, I don't like, no one reacted to it.
I didn't hear it.
My jaw dropped the floor. Jan went, I don't really consider Zelda to be fantasy. And I got really worked up by this. I love you, Jan. I would never come at Jan like this. Don't worry. I found a way to make sure.
Bailey at him instead, yeah.
Well, don't worry. I found a way that Jan's going to have to address it perhaps on Thursday. So
okay. All right. Looking forward to that.
I have my methods, but I just I just need clarification. What do you mean? How could it possibly not be?
I didn't hear that, but also whatever. Yeah,
I get it, mister. I'm chill. I'm cool. I'm Mr. Sad.
I'm so not chill on so many things.
Unless they say something nice about Red Dead Redemption, then I gotta talk about how I don't like that for the millionth time. But everything else is just goes right past me. I'm too cool because I'm a father and I see worse things every single day. And children say wacky things, and you're all just children to me because I'm so high above
just
it.
Children to me. I was listening to a Matt McMuscle's video while I was doing stuff,
Hell yeah.
and he's like, and they didn't even have something until Gen 6. I'm like, fuck you, Matt. Fuck you. So no, I'm not chill. I'm very not
your
chill.
Your triggers are few, but very intense.
Very acute. Yes.
Very intense. Well, like I said, Jan's gonna have to answer for himself very soon, and I'm very excited.
I look forward to that. The trial of Jan Ochoa.
Yeah. So some might be so mad that they didn't even adopt a fake persona this time. Let's see. Anyways, Jeff, I got some Nintendo news. Nothing crazy this week.
Yeah, it's not kind of a quiet week for Nintendo, right?
Yeah, but your classification rating in Brazil is suggesting that Red Dead Redemption 2 might be coming to Switch. Jeff, how could this be possible?
No, it's not. It's probably the cloud version, although I guess Brazil doesn't rate these cloud games. I don't know how people know that. I'm sure people have looked. People have a lot of time on their hands. I don't know what that backhanded thing was. These people are fucking out. They don't have a life. But
fuck you, Brazil. We're punching down.
I guess someone could try to make this happen. If you got The Witcher running, although the Red Dead Redemption 2 looks way better than even The Witcher, I don't know how it's possible. It seems impossible. I guess you could assume, hey, this would just come to the Switch too, but it's like, no, it's rated for the original Switch.
Well, maybe there's no distinction yet in the rating system,
this
right?
Is probably just a mistake, right? That's the simplest explanation.
Well, what's the mistake? Is the mistake that it's supposed to be rated for Switch 2? Were they told, hey?
No, I think it's a mistake that's rated for Switch at all. I think it's just like
interesting.
I don't think that they've submitted anything recently. I think it's just someone found this and it's just like it got a box got checked in some CMS and no one paid attention until the last couple of weeks. I would love to be wrong. That'd be very cool. But I'm like, I don't know. That seems more likely than Rockstar's like, let's do a shitty port to the Switch.
Right. At this point, it'd be great if it was ported. It was like Mortal Kombat 1 where all the faces are just like plaster and don't animate anymore and things like that.
I mean, I like that a lot. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I would like it if they made like the, what's that, Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition? Do that for Red Dead Redemption 2? Yeah.
God.
That'd be cool.
I still don't really understand what that is because it's like, it was advertised like, hey, the whole game's here.
Yep.
I was like, really? I don't believe you. Like, what is that? Like, what does Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition look like 20 hours in? Right? Like, are people losing it or playing it like that? What's going on here?
I think it's, as far as, isn't it just the full story just with like 8-bit characters or whatever?
It's insane. How come I don't see any like gimmick runs? Like, I'm playing only the Pocket Edition.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring it back.
Yeah, you should do it. Yeah, I would love that.
One way to know it, Mike.
Yeah,
let's go. Let's do it.
It's bizarre that exists.
Ever Crisis is coming to Steam and not to Switch. I'm like, man, I would totally play Ever Crisis on Switch, but it's coming to Steam instead.
Well, I like the way Ever Crisis looks. That's like,
for sure.
That looks great. I like they do a good job making it kind of like PlayStation 1.
Like, yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty ugly.
Okay.
Yeah. had one of those like big muscle, like when they chibi-eyes a muscle guy and they just like give him
a
Barbie waist, but like the super wide, like like the it's Knuckles in Sonic Boom. It's that body type.
Yeah, that's bad. You're right.
I don't like it. I'm sorry to like judge people's bodies. I don't like this fictional body type. This is from the person who was just photoshopped into a fucking Kevin James picture and it worked perfectly. But I don't like that body type. Not one bit.
Man, that's such a weird thing. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD.
Are you sure you like the way that game looks? Are you thinking of something else?
I think I'm thinking of something else. What am I? I'm thinking of is Dragon Quest the one that has the 8-bit version of it in there?
Yeah. I mean, that just looks like old Dragon Quest.
That's what I was thinking of, though. That's what I was. I was conflating that.
I don't think anybody likes the way Pocket Edition
Pocket Edition looks. Oh man, I kind of want to play Pocket Edition now that I'm looking at it.
Right, it'd be funny. I'm gonna make you play Final Fantasy 15, but only the Pocket Edition.
Yeah, these do look like Sonic Boom ass. They look like Sonic Boom, and then the dad from that Coraline movie. That's what it is. Okay, yeah, that's upsetting.
Yes, other dad or whatever the hell they call that stuff. That makes sense. All right. Different thing here. Hideki Kamiya is going to be leaving Platinum Games. Kamiya pretty much kind of was Platinum Games in a lot of way.
Yeah.
Behind a lot of their biggest games, like including the Bayonetta stuff. They did Astral Chain, which was a relatively recent. We don't know what Hideki's going to be up to next.
He says he's staying in games, though. It kind of sounds like.
Yeah, he had a big career before Platinum, working on Resident Evil 2's director, I believe. Devil May Cry was director of that. Then Clover Studio, Beautiful Joe, is director of Kami, a game that we've been throwing some shit at recently. Sorry, Kami fans.
I will correct that eventually at some point.
Yeah, like Kami, I feel bad about not liking.
Yes, absolutely.
The Rez stuff I don't feel bad about. Rez needs to be taken down a peg.
No, I've played through Rez and just it was like I don't get it except for the last level, which I'm like, yeah, but he just made this, so of course it's better.
Right, man. It is interesting because like his first video game credit is literally Resident Evil 1, right? Like, man, going back that far these days. So my guess is that his kind of counterpart that was at the Ghostwire Tokyo studio. No, I forget the name. Sorry, I'll look that up a second. He left, and he's just basically getting 10-cent money or Nettie's money or something, right, to make his own studio. I imagine Kamiya could be doing something very different, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to like know exactly what's going to happen here. Did Shinji Mikami get that from
Shinji Mikami?
I don't remember what happened with Shinji Mikami. I know that Nagoshi got that from Ryo Gagotoku, the Yakuza studio.
Oh, he's still Shinji Mikami is still at Tango. Okay,
yeah, but I think he's isn't he like on his way out? Like I think he's like slowly leaving Tango Gameworks, but maybe.
Now GameFire says he's leaving Tango to retire. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But who's the story about now? I can't. Hideki Kamiya. He is So he's saying he's staying in games. He's not giving any hints. He just says he's going to keep doing things the Kamiya way. I don't know. I think that he could start his own studio. He could go back to Capcom. He could do a bunch of stuff. I honestly, if you were kind of struggling to get Platinum Games on their footing again, and you're looking over at Capcom probably looks pretty enticing these days, right? Because they're so well suited, and they're everything they're doing is a hit, and they probably have a lot of money to throw around.
In terms of resources, yeah. I imagine. I mean, Hideki has been able to be like the man for a while. I don't think he has very many people he has to answer to at Platinum. It might be hard for him to go back to something as big as a Capcom, right?
Yeah, I mean, it might be, but I mean, I don't listen. The other options are starting yet another studio.
Yeah, but like that seems like a pretty nice option.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I think that's probably still the most likely scenario, but I don't think going back to something like Capcom is out of the question.
Not out of the question. I do wonder what happened at Platinum because that already kind of was the studio. So I wonder what happened there that he felt a need to leave. He does, made it kind of clear, not going into it. Jumping back to Shinji Mikami, you know what the game he worked on right before Resident Evil? I like this.
What was it?
Goof Troop.
Really? Wow, that's cool. Actually, I really like that.
Right which is funny because that was Capcom. Hell yeah!
Is that's the one you want us to play, right?
Yes, I want someday you're gonna do a Goof Troop playthrough because it's just like a top down, almost Zelda like co-op puzzle action game, and it's supposed to be great. It's supposed to be amazing.
Yeah,
Shinji
Mikami
in it for some reason.
was announced to be leaving in the coming months back in February.
That's it. Good job. We've did this. Okay. Well then, hey. I mean, I know you brought this up. I don't know if like I really see these two somehow getting back together. Although if you wanted to get a big investment, if you said, hey, us two OG Resident Evil peeps are back together. You see how much money Resident Evil makes these days? Like that would definitely
Tencent or NetEase would give them a lot of money. Yes.
They'll give you a lot of money if you did that.
Like I don't think at that point Microsoft, like they go back to Microsoft because like Shinji Mikami just left Microsoft basically. But yeah, NetEase, Tencent, there's a lot of options over there.
All right, that's really all I got on the news docket right now.
Like again, I mean, you know, we talked about the Kirby and the Maze Mirror on because that was announced on Thursday when we were doing Game S Decides. I guess I do have a question about that. Do you think that they're going to do another announcement of like here are 6 or 7 Game Boy Advance games that are coming, or do you think they just now kind of go into announce month by month sort of thing?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like they own. It's weird.
There's a few more on that list that have yet to come, but when they get through that,
yeah, because they usually do that stuff like when they announce these systems. And it's weird how long that does actually take. Like we're gonna be
N64 is like absurd how long.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I kind of hope not. I kind of hate that. Like, look, just tell me when the game's coming up. Don't tell me I'm going to get to play. Don't tell me that you're going to import a ROM for 1080 snowboarding in like 12 months. Just
that's great. Honestly, that's lunacy. Like when you really think about that, like what they're saying there is we're going to let you play a ROM of this game from the 90s, but it's a year from now. Like, what are we even doing here? But that's Nintendo.
Sure is. We have one super chat right now, Jeff. I'll just read it real quick. Hey, Dogs, says Chrono Rig. I can't wait for NG Switch graphics, but I really hope they add Dolby Atmos support. Richard Pine 4 Atmos would make it more atmospheric.
I hope it has Dolby Pro Logic 2, like the GameCube.
I'm kind of rough with stuff. Like, I understand that this stuff is it like replicates surround sound with just normal speakers. Is that what that is? What is this? Atmos
is positional audio. So, like with a traditional like 5.1 or 7.1 surround sound, an engineer goes in and decides how loud it should be in each speaker to replicate surround sound. With positional audio, it's like you tell a computer it's in this position in 360-degree space, and then the speakers can figure it out the rest from there. And it's much more precise in that stuff. Atmos also has the upwards firing speakers, or if you put them in your ceiling, the downwards firing speakers, so they can produce height as well as positional audio around you. So that's also really good if you get it set up correctly.
Okay, that sounds intense.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something that the next Switch could have?
No, probably not. Probably not. I mean, it'd be cool. Nintendo's like not even adopted HDR yet, so I'm not getting my hopes up for something like Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision and stuff like that.
Let me ask you a question. Now that we're getting toward the end of the year and you're kind of thinking about games you need to go back to play, are there any Switch games you're thinking that with? Because I feel like for a lot of people, the ones I'm hearing that they need to go back to, it is stuff like Baldur's Gate 3. I'm going to force you to at least give Resident Evil 4 one more play session, at least. But is there anything on the Switch you feel bad about missing or catching? I mean, keeping in mind that you still are probably going to play through. Well, you have to play through Sonic Superstars and then Mario. And Mario RPG is coming also. You're going to find time to pick in slot in anything else? Sea
of Stars is the one I'm like looking at the most. But boy, that's like, I don't know. I feel like there's been enough sort of people being like, this isn't for me. That I'm like, well, maybe I'll go play the ones that everyone says they like Baldur's Gate.
Most people are wrong though.
Yeah. I bet I'll like Sea of Stars more.
You should consider how your best friend though is like definitely like
keeps telling me it's a lot like the Mario RPGs I like. So yes.
Yeah, I haven't heard. Well, yeah, but like Jan's having man, I'm just going after Jan today. I hope he's not here. It's because Jan doesn't like it, but Jan didn't like Armored Core 6 either. Jan's off his game, Jeff.
He really likes Lies of P. That's what he likes. Now,
Lies of P is
I'm like, I got to play that because he beat that game already. You're playing it and you like it. Everyone seems to like Lies of P.
I like Lies of P a lot. Christian said this in my chat when I was streaming it, and normally Christian's takes are a little spicy for me, but he's like, if this game had a Front Software logo in the beginning, everybody would be talking about it for Game of the Year.
I think so.
Like, yeah, that's probably right. That's probably because like the only bad thing you can really say about it is that it's derivative, but like who cares when you're playing the game?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Derivativeness is just not hurting games for me these days. I don't care anymore.
No, exactly.
Yeah. How about you? You looking at anything on the Switch?
I don't know. It's like because Octopath Traveler 2 I started, and then Sea of Stars came out. And my first hour in Octopath Traveler 2 was like okay, and then I just tried Sea of Stars when it was out because everybody's so into it, and I immediately fell for that. Was just 1000% into it. I'm making pretty good progress there too. I'm getting probably like in Act 3, right? So I'm doing good there. So I probably will be wrapping that up maybe later this week. I am imagining. But aside from that, like I don't know, what else? What was there anything else earlier this year?
So
for
I
Switch?
have the Open Critic Best Games of 2023 for the Nintendo Switch, and obviously Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid Prime Remastered are 1 and 2.
You know what I just remembered?
What's that?
Fire Emblem Engage. I'm not going to go back and beat Fire Emblem Engage.
I love the idea of going back and beating that game next year, maybe. So probably never. Yeah, that's tough.
That is the most. I can't believe that came out this year game because it was January but just like, oh man, that's how long ago January was. Because even freaking Hi-Fi Rush was January. Hi-Fi Rush, or somewhere close there. That does not feel like that long ago, as Fire Emblem Engage does.
Yes, totally. Yeah. Disgaea 7's coming out. I kind of want to play that, but
Nick G's right. I kind of wish I could play that Xenoblade 3 DLC that everybody
the Xenoblade
really
3 DLC is number 4 on the best releases for the Switch this year on Open Critic. Number 5 is number 6 is Quake 2.
Oh man, I haven't played enough of Quake 2. I mean, it's easy to be like, I'll play that later.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yes, that's just kind of falling down the list there. Man, I'd like to play more of that Dead Cells Return to Castlevania DLC
I haven't
as well.
touched that. Oh man,
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Here.
A Space for the Unbound is one that people love, but I just haven't.
Space for the Unbound.
Yeah, it's.
I never heard of that. If you play Space for the Unbound before Sea of Stars were fighting.
Okay, cool. Then it sounds like we're gonna fight. Then that's a lot of fun to me. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know. I feel like for the Switch, I've done a pretty good job of keeping up with what I've wanted to keep up on this year. Beat Pikmin 4, beat Zelda, beat Metroid Prime Remastered. So I'm like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good over there. I will check out Sea of Stars, and then I'm probably good on the Switch until these other games start coming out. Until we get those Super Mario Brothers Wonder and I guess Sonic fucking Superstars.
I guess it's kind of, but I played through pretty much all of the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster games this year, and then stopped before 6 because the new releases started ramping up again, which is like driving me a little crazy because I sure would like to play Final Fantasy 6. And I really enjoyed the Pixel Remaster so far, so I want to get to that at some point, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah,
wait. Might be like a December Switch thing. I don't know. It depends how long it takes me to do Mario RPG, but I expect that won't take me too long.
Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. I would like to play through Advance Wars 2, but I might just do that on my analog pocket. I don't know.
Yeah. You're not feeling the
I mean, I have nothing against it. I just like the Game Boy Advance look better. That's all.
We got a couple more super chats, Jeff. You want to read those before?
Yeah. Let me just click this button to get them up and then take a look here. Okay, let's see here. So we read this first one. Yeah. By the way, NG Switch graphics is next gen Switch. Is what people are referring to that as.
Yeah.
L. Grug says, so I work for the government, which will be fun on October 1st. Yeah, man, good luck. My question is, what is your go-to alcoholic drink? So yeah, they're going to shut down the government because we're fucking incompetent.
Oh, right,
here in the United States.
Right.
Yeah, it's I listen, gin and tonic. I keep it simple. I really enjoy a gin and tonic. I like beer a lot too. But if I'm like out having a night, I like to kind of stick to gin and tonics because I find them refreshing and easy to drink.
Yeah, see, if I'm just gonna have like a drink, that's when I'm gonna do a cocktail or maybe just a glass of like scotch. If I want to like drink for a while, that's when I'll do beer. So I know it probably won't get too sloppy.
Exactly.
Too messy.
I can only, the third beer is only, I can only do that so fast. I'll get the good beer, so I kind of savor it a little bit. Yeah.
Neither of us are big wine people, huh?
Wine gives me pretty bad heartburn. I enjoy wine. I wish I could drink more of it, but it gives me really bad heartburn.
Like it's okay. I only ever drink wine if I'm cooking with it, and then I like drink the rest of the bottle. Right? It's usually it's fine, but
yeah, like
not my go-to.
I like Cabernet Sauvignon and stuff like that.
I do like Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah, Cab's probably my favorite.
Good old Cab.
Yeah, it's reliable. It's like you kind of never miss with Cab.
Yeah, you really don't think about the Roman Empire that much, by the way.
Truthfully, I don't. I think I'm not like, I don't have a need to do that most of the time. I also just I never had much of a curiosity, so like I said, I didn't research it all that much, so I don't have a bunch of frame of reference. I probably think about it more than I realize. I think sometimes where I'm like, I stumble on it, but it's not like a daily occurrence.
What do you think about more, Pikmin or the Roman Empire?
Well, I think about Pikmin more for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
that makes sense.
Without a doubt,
Yeah. I'm like Bucks just because I've been listening to a lot of history stuff, and I started with kind of Revolutionary War. I've kind of exhausted that a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
There's obviously more books, but it's getting a lot of repeat information. I'm like, okay, I think I got a lot of this.
And
down,
you're going to go further back. You're not going to go Civil War. Civil War is pretty grim.
Civil War, yeah. I mean, obviously, Revolutionary War also has its like grim stuff, but Civil War,
but Civil War
grim. Like
even more significantly more violent than even the Revolutionary War.
Plus, like Civil War, you can just watch the Ken Burns documentary, and I'm like, all right, I got this.
Yep.
You're pretty.
You make it sound like it's nothing, but it's like like 19 hours or some shit.
Even like with like when I say Revolutionary War era America, it's not really the war stuff that I'm interested. I'm not like
founding and
I don't care about the Battle of Concord. I care about like the Second Continental Congress,
right?
And like the presidency of John Adams, the Alien Interdiction Acts, and weird things like that. So yeah, but then also one of my best friends is a classics professor, right? So it was funny because he was at the wedding I was at, the one I officiated, and somebody brought this up. He's like, I'm just going to ask everyone here, like, how often they think about the Roman Empire. She went up to him. He's like, I literally teach history on the Roman Empire every day. So quite a lot.
Yeah. I'll say that, like, doing that, like, man, now I do want to go find out more about the Roman Empire. I would like to think about it more.
You think about, like, World War II probably.
I think about it. Right? I think about that every day.
Yeah.
Every single day I think about something from World War II. I think about... the Depression every day. I think about like the time when the United States basically made the dollar the currency of the world every single day. That meeting that they had, like the
I don't know much about that.
It was like a real treacherous thing where like this dude's just like string along. Keynesian economics. Keynes was a popular economist in England, and he was like kind of losing his power, and this no-name economist from America is like inviting him in to like have this plan, but he had this whole like secret plan so that he could get Keynes to back his ideas, and secretly his ideas were like no more gold, the dollar's going to be the currency of the world, and every trade's going to happen in that, and that's going to secure United States' place in the global economy. And he was right, and it worked, and it still works today. Yeah,
well, there you go.
I think about that every single day of my life.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I want to be clear, chat, that my friend who teaches classics is not the Poop City Slamma Jamma guy. My friend who teaches classics has a respectable...
one friend, the Poop City Slamma Jamma guy.
Let's please not put... This is a respectable man. Let's please not. He can't put up with this buffoonery, you know?
He can't afford to look ridiculous. He's like Macho Man Randy Savage.
He actually can't. All right, Jeff, why don't we take a little break? We'll come back. We'll talk about our topic. I got to turn my air on. That's the one thing with this time of year.
Sucks how it's warm right now.
Yeah, this time of year is the one thing is like I can't just leave my air at one level. I'm like turning the heat on. I'm turning the air on.
Did you have like the windows open ever?
No, I never do that. I don't know why. I should in this room because this room gets a little hot because it's furthest from the AC and like the furnace and all that stuff, and it's also where my computer is. So yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, this is Liar's Fall. Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm hitting the add button.
Yeah,
there we go.
Drink too. Can I even open the windows here? Let's see.
Yep. Let's see here.
All right. Yeah, you forgot to tell when you were talking on the Bombcast about the fall of the Roman Empire. You forgot.
Oh, it's broken.
About.
Oh shit!
I never looked at this window before.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Oh look.
Like your play date.
Yeah.
Oh, I fixed it.
Yeah, those things pop on and off. All right, what did I forget, Christian?
We forgot to talk about how they put lead on all their pipes, and they slowly became dumb as fuck.
Yeah, they did go insane. Yes.
I forgot that there's air outside. I can hear crickets.
Okay, I'm kind of mad at Mike.
That's
forgot about opening windows. Oh man, this dipshit.
How?
This guy says he's not as weird as Dan. I don't know.
He's like talking about turning his heat on and his air on back and forth. Well, what the fuck are you? Open the goddamn windows.
Oh my
He goes like,
God.
he goes like
Do you
my
think he just
big
forgot that there's a window there?
Look at
Yeah, I mean,
that.
clearly he's
Never
never
looks
even.
up.
He says he's never even used that window before.
Oh my god.
Oh, hide it now.
We're all
Jeff,
mad
I
at
gotta
you.
be honest. You blew my mind. When you
This is
suggested I
I'm like
open my
kind of
window.
mad at you for not opening windows. Talk about
I've
turning your
never-
heat and air back and forth like an insane person.
I've been too hot in here for so long, and, like years. This never occurred. Like, in the winter months, in the fall months, I was like, "What can I do? Oh, it's so hot." I've been like fidgeting with like the vents downstairs. I was like, "What?"
Oh my
I've
god.
not opened that blind in probably 4 years since it was installed.
Oh
Because
my
like the
God.
sun comes through there sometimes. Man.
You know
That's
what? Fuck
crazy.
it.
That probably feels really good.
Yeah, it's a little. It does. It's a little weird. Like I'm looking at it now, like something's wrong. Or like I mean, seriously, like I opened the vent and that handle was just loose there. Like someone put it there when I bought the house. I guess and I never noticed.
I'm gonna turn this into a YouTube short for y'all for free, just because I want to send this to Dan so badly right now.
Man,
What about the other window? Then you get a crosswind going. Then you got a real. Then you
nah,
got
I
a
got too
stew.
much. I don't want to disturb Sonic
That's
and
fair.
Crack Gaga.
That's completely fair. Yeah.
Then you get a tornado
Very
inside your
sensitive.
house.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, Mikey.
All right, what
I
the
think
fuck are we doing here?
I
What
think-
is this?
I think we're just getting to the next segment. I don't think we have to do
A
anything
Nintendo
special.
podcast, allegedly.
Yeah,
You
allegedly.
have to-
Where did my
you
fucking
re-
doc
you
go?
have- Are you gonna read the fucking super? I don't even fucking.
What are you trying to do? What do you think we need help with right now, Christian?
I don't even
Opening
know, bro.
windows, apparently, Mike.
That fucking
I
window
got
shit
this.
fucked me up. That's
I
just
got
really
this.
fucked
All
me
right,
up.
I am ready to go whenever you are, Mike.
All right, I'm ready. And we are, in fact, back. Jeff, we got one more super chat if you would like to read that real quick.
Yeah. Let's see here. This one's from JD Camp. Only play Resident Evil 4 again on the phone with touch control. Yeah, I'll get the $60 iPhone 15 version.
Yeah. You're right. So, like, you talked about this earlier, and it is a little weird. It does seem bizarre, a $60 iPhone game, but it is just
It's that game.
that costs $60.
Right. What are they going to do?
So,
Not charge the same price?
Right.
I get it. The thing is, it's like, it is a different market, though. It's a different market. Like, I mean, so it's going to look weird, and most people are going to scoff at that. The people who buy games on phones are going to scoff at it.
All right, Jeff, this week's topic, which I don't even know if you even know about, this is going to be exciting,
Oh, shit. Let's go.
is which Nintendo character do you want to dress up as for Halloween?
Okay. I like this.
Yeah. Jeff, I think I'm going to dress up as RoboCop from the Game Boy game RoboCop.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see. I'll go as Batman. Wasn't there a Nintendo game that had like a bunch of copyrighted characters in it? Maybe before they changed it.
No, that's a Sega game. But
Sega, yeah.
good news, Jeff. There's a pretty well-known Batman game for Nintendo also. But you
Yeah.
just have to color it purple.
That's
to really
right.
fit in.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll go
Jeff,
start
I want you to
tomorrow,
read the
Batman.
new super chat because I can't. I can't tell if it's sarcasm or not.
Yeah, from Miss Kenya Blommy. Surprised you guys don't have more women viewers. I'm not surprised
we-
at all.
Wish we did. I will say that whenever we're like, I'm out and about, I am always happy when I'm always happy when women come up to me.
I'm always
they do
happy
come
when
up-
women talk to me.
Yeah, they do.
Sorry, Jeff, can you read that name one more time, please?
Miss Kenya Blow. Kenya Blow me.
I got there,
shit.
everybody.
Oh my
There
gosh.
we go.
I think
job.
Miss Kenya Bloomy might not be a real woman.
I don't know. I choose to believe.
Incredible. Well, thank you, Miss Kenya Bloomy. I thought Kenya wasn't really a first name.
Yeah, I thought I was suspicious, but I messed it up. So I messed it up in my favor, though. So I like that.
Henrik's right. Last of Us Day is ruined. Jeff, what's your favorite Last of Us Day movie?
Oh yeah, it's definitely Ernest Goes to Africa. Yeah, that's
What is that? Oh my gosh, that movie! I haven't seen that movie. Well, that has to be problematic, right?
Oh, Mike.
So many
it is-
tribal, quote unquote, people.
Yes, it's so racist. It's insane, and it's also just not
Yeah.
even like funny at all.
Right. It's not like supposed to be one of the better ones anyway.
No, exactly.
Okay, wait. Before you start, I want to put my foot down. Enough with the joke names because last time it got really, really bad last time when this shit started happening. So let's just easy on that, please.
What? Okay. Oh, right. Yeah. Eventually, it escalated to a point. Yeah, that's right. The last time I was waving these. Well, look, you all had your fun. You got us.
Yes, you
That's
got
pretty
us.
good.
Congratulations.
The motto spoken.
I do think I would enjoy dressing up as Wario. I think that would be fun. I would enjoy that quite a bit.
Yeah. Have you ever dressed up as a Nintendo character before? Because I did the Mario thing. Like I was Mario. My buddy was Luigi. Like
I did Raccoon Mario in the 3rd grade. My mom did a really great job on an outfit, and
that's cool.
And everyone was super impressed by it, and I felt very cool. I definitely like that.
Neat.
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, your 3rd grade, was that the year Sonic came out? And because there was a lot of Sonic costumes when I was growing up.
3rd grade.
You're a little bit older than me, so maybe that was.
I would have been 9. So that would have been like
91 is Sonic 1.
Yeah, so that would have been 92, 93, that in that range. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe there was some Sonics that you probably pointed and laughed at.
Oh yeah, for sure. Honestly, there weren't very many video game characters because that's just back then. There just weren't many people dressing up as video game characters, even kids.
Even it is weird because video games were pretty popular. Like there were some things, but we had a few cartoons.
There was definitely not many off the shelf costumes for video game characters.
That was
just not an option.
Yes, especially outside of Mario and then later Sonic, video game merch. I still remember the first time I ever saw Hot Topic. It was in the City Walking Universal. This is relatively late. This is probably like 2002 even. And that was like the first time I just saw a video game shirt for sale. Yeah. And it was just the box art for Metroid 1 and then this Hot Topic. And that blew my mind. Yep. That stuff is just, everywhere now.
Yep. It was nowhere and now it's everywhere. Yeah. I can't go 5 feet on the internet without stumbling on a new t-shirt.
Yeah. I do wish I could get that Kirby costume that we saw at Nintendo Live. Yeah,
I mean that's the dream is to be inside Kirby like that. Yeah,
right. Just wobble around. I mean, can you imagine just busting into some bar on its Halloween night? You ever? And that's how popular it'd be going to dance floor.
Just have your handlers like look out, Kirby's coming through.
Did you ever do like bars on Halloween? Did you ever do that whole?
Sure,
scene?
Yeah, but I usually got blackout drunk the 2 times we did that, so I don't remember much about it.
I would do it. I don't think I got too blackout drunk, but it was kind of fun for
friends back then. So yeah, that's what we were doing.
Nice.
Yeah. Here's another Bacardi 151 shot. Like 151 shots? Are you insane? How many is this? And then
Still talk to any of those dirtbags?
Not really. No, actually. I'm better for it. Definitely.
There you go. You have new friends.
Exactly. That was deliberate too. I'm like, hey, it'd probably be better for my life if I was friends with some of these people instead.
It turns out the people you hang out with do influence you.
Absolutely. Yes. And I'm like trying to make better decisions there. So yeah.
There's some good life advice. Man, I bet I felt like an old man. I was at the high school football game this week. Tons of kids running around at those, which is kind of nice in a way. So there's a lot to be surrounded by that much youth again.
Sure.
Specifically like 12-year-olds and stuff like that, just running around, going rush shot. But it was nice. But there's one kid, like a 10 to 12-year-old who just was walking around with a I love MILFs shirt on. I was just like, I know what the S stands for in that. And I was like, where's your mom?
Yeah.
It did make me.
It is funny how that was kind of edgy humor when it happened in American Pie, and then it's so sort of de-toothed at this point. It's like it's just merch for 12-year-olds.
The evolution of MILF is first there was American Pie. Then there was the person who hunted them.
Yes.
And documented the experience.
The titular MILF hunter, yes.
That was, so there's that. But I don't remember ever hearing that word pre-American Pie.
I don't remember it either. I'm sure there was some group into that, but yeah.
That kid could not be upset if I came on to his mom, right?
I mean, I think, yes, he is legally giving you permission via shirt contract.
It's like, guess what? Me too.
Yeah, hey, bud, high five. Anyway, where's your mom?
All right. Anyway,
Chad's like, Mike, what? I'm with you, Mike, 100%.
I have the best tangents today. Man, I need more outside air. It's still hot in here. Give me more outside air. Come on, it's supposed to be 59 degrees, Jeff. Isn't that funny? I told you about 59. Literally 59 degrees.
Yep.
Hell, there's a super chat right now. Why don't you read that? I want to hear
Jeff
from
Maynard Keynes, Grubb, and Mike Windows Shut Minotti been feeling early aughts. I'm just gonna say early 2000s nostalgia lately.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, when's the last time you played on GameCube, Nintendo, or Game Boy Advance hardware? Mike does it all the time with GameCube.
Constantly.
Yeah. I'm like, I keep wanting to get a Game Boy Advance SP, but I know that I'm like, the Analog Pocket is more than good enough. So I'm not going to go get the real hardware. But basically, I play on emulated hardware constantly.
Yeah. I like to play on original hardware. I bought a nicer HDMI converter for my GameCube, so it works pretty well. The only game that doesn't really work with that is Rogue Leader, which is frustrating because it's like one of the best GameCube games, just because every time it switches resolutions, and that game does it a lot whenever it plays a video file, which it does quite a bit in that game because it plays snippet from the movies. Like that causes the screen to go black for a second. Which is a little weird.
The HDMI handshake. Okay, I didn't know that.
I've actually, you can't really see, but I've added a lot more to my shelf because so I got the PlayStation 2 set up now because my Blight Club game tomorrow is a PlayStation 1 game, so PlayStation 2 does PlayStation 1, and I figured, well, now I have my Xbox, PlayStation 2, and GameCube ready to go. I have a Dreamcast over there somewhere, but I have like that whole generation now, which is probably my favorite generation. But the problem is now I brought up all my complete in box PlayStation 2 games, which is like a good amount. So now I have a collection of that, and I already went to like the store, like the used game store, and like picked up some more PlayStation 2 games. Right when I told you, Jeff, because we were at the Nintendo Gaming Classic this week, which I haven't even really talked about. We should probably do that. And I picked up a bunch more GameCube games and some Xbox games there. And then I was like, man, I'm almost pretty much done. I got basically everything I needed. Well, now here comes PlayStation 2. Bright side, PlayStation 2. You know how like I was astounded by how cheap Xbox games were compared to GameCube. PlayStation 2. Even cheaper.
PlayStation 2 has it all. It has everything going for it. There was 10 billion of them. All the games sold pretty well. There's just not as much nostalgia for PlayStation 2 as GameCube. There's a lot of nostalgia for PlayStation 2, just not as much for GameCube because it was so common that I think people are like, yeah, that was just gaming. Like that's how people view it. And it was like also that a lot of people that had that stuff were kind of like cool and didn't need to collect that stuff, so they were fine throwing their collections away. So it's like, yeah, you're going to be able to stumble across most of those games relatively easily.
Here's the one thing that is rough about PlayStation 2 collecting, and I've discovered this. So I went to that store because I needed a PlayStation 2 controller. Since a lot of people still have their PlayStation 2s, a lot of people buy controllers. So I was stuck with this third-party monstrosity that it looks like this is, your friend's PlayStation 2 controller. Yeah. It's like $12 and it feels cheap, and I don't love it, but it's something in case I need to play PlayStation 2 games for at least a little bit.
You find a Flipnik, get that one. That's a good one. It's one of my favorite deep cuts.
Did you have fun when you went to that Cleveland Gaming Classic?
Absolutely, it's kind of cool to go there and like I don't have the money to spend on that kind of stuff, but also even if I did, I'm not that kind of collector. But it's really cool to go and just see a lot of that stuff and like kind of see what you're looking for, and then see what like everyone's crowding around, and then to see like the weird oddities, like those 2-packs that are so strange.
Yeah,
so one of the booths, and there were some booths that had some really impressive GameCube collections. The one had, and it's very rare, it's a Wind Waker Metroid Prime dual pack, both games in one package. It's like $1,400 or something crazy. And I know I bought an expensive game before, but that was like a game that I could don't have. It's hard to be like, hey, I'm gonna buy that, even though I have both those games, or I'm gonna buy Pokemon box, which there are a couple of there, and each of them are $1,000. And all it is you can use a Game Boy Advance connector to store your Pokemon from the Game Boy Advance Pokemon games on it. It's like, well, don't need to do that. So as neat as it would be to own that, I'm not going to spend $1,000 on it.
Do you hear music?
I kind of lost you there for a second.
Do you hear music?
No.
Okay. All right. Cool. I just turned off my speakers. Whenever I do that, I forget. Whenever YouTube video I have in the background starts playing automatically, and I just want to make sure you guys weren't getting that. But it's all good now.
But yeah, I had a good time. I got quite a few games, even though I didn't get it as like a big ticket ones like last time. Well, I got Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, which is relatively
that was like the biggest outstanding one that you were looking for GameCube, right?
Right. There is one that I did realize I still have one relatively blind spot. It's not gonna be even as much as that, but I don't have WarioWare Mega Games yet.
Oh,
so
really? Okay,
that's
a fun one.
Yeah, so I have to pick that up at some point. But otherwise, pretty happy the GameCube collection. We did film me going over my haul at some point, I think.
I sent that to Sean. Sean can get to it whenever he has time.
I was going to get to that at some point, so you'll see in detail what I was able to pick up.
I got big Super Mario RPG. That's what I got.
Yeah, there's like cool, there's always these arts and crafts booths, that kind of stuff. And normally I don't care too much, but this one had these oversized cartridges. That was really cool. You got Mario RPG. I have a Donkey Kong 94 one that I've got over behind me somewhere. So, Sean says he doesn't have that video.
Okay, I think I sent it to our thing, but maybe it didn't go. Maybe it didn't upload. I'll send it to you again, Sean.
Remind us to check up that back on that later. We'll make sure we get it going on that. All right, Jeff. We actually did get a couple more super chats. Why don't we do that?
Yeah. Let me click over here. There it is. Okay, after Kenya Bloomy, there is Smooth Life, who says, oh, no, I read that one. Baba is you, says, I know you guys, or excuse me, Baba is me. I know you guys like Southern Tier beer. Over the weekend, I had the Warlock Pumpkin Imperial Stout, and it is quite good. Did you have the Southern Tier Pumpkin?
After the convention, Jeff and I went to a bar and to eat, and I had Pumpkin, which is also from Southern Tier, but that's just their normal pumpkin beer. Very good. Warlock is the stout version, and I like Warlock a lot also. Southern Tier is my go-to if I'm going to have one of those pumpkin spice beers. I think they make the best ones. Yeah.
Cody Clement says, what if Mikami and Kamiya are buying a zoo?
That'd be incredible.
Why would they buy that zoo?
And then it got infected with some kind of like virus.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Giant shark in the water that they're walking through.
Now, I desperately want like a PlayStation 1 style tank control survival horror game, but like it's in a zoo, like at night, and like, oh, that'd be so fun.
That'd be a very cool indie game. Someone make that for me.
Oh, I need it. All right. Well, you know what, Jeff? We had so many tangents and super chats there. Why don't we take one more break before we see what our community has to say about Halloween costumes?
Sounds good. All right. We're good.
Ready?
All right. And we're going to get right back to it if we're ready.
Yep, let's do it.
Yeah, we're...
And we are back. All right, Jeff, let's see what the freaks in our community want to be for Halloween.
All right, let's see here. I got it right over here. And by that, I mean...
I read these.
You read these? I can't remember which episode I do it what on anymore. It's all blurring together.
No, you got the super chats on this one. I read the community stuff.
That's right. I'm going to bring it up anyhow.
You just sit there and look pretty.
Hi, guys.
Just like Sonic says, you should smile more.
That's right. Misogynistic Sonic, which I always knew he was.
Yeah. Crazy Basketball says, I think the most on-brand answer for this podcast is a cat shine. God, that'd be funny.
That'd be very good. I would like that a lot.
Bench JC just has Mario in Mario Odyssey with his nipples out and his polka dot swim trunks. That's a pretty good one.
He's also making bedroom eyes.
Yeah. I wonder how far you can push your Halloween costume before you're just not allowed in places. Right?
I mean, for ladies, it seems like the bar is on the floor. Like you could just like the whole idea is to dress very slutty. But I think if a man has his penis out, you're not going to be let in certain establishments.
I think that's fair.
But me too.
Casual says slutty Pigma Dengar.
That's pretty good.
It's already slutty.
Yeah, that's the sluttiest Nintendo character.
Yeah. Nothing's more slutty than betrayal.
That's right.
Getting somebody's father killed. Makes the freaks go wild.
That's right. It gets all the ladies pregnant.
Jackie D says, I always wanted to try and do a Happy Mask salesman cosplay years ago. Unfortunately, it required me to smile. Well, Sonic says you smile. That'd be a good one. That's interesting because it's both like a somewhat obscure character, and yet a lot of people are going to get that. Yeah.
People are going to recognize it. Yep.
There's so many identifiers there, right?
This picture Octos has. Let's see if I can get this up for people.
Lies of Bop says Low Bunny. I don't know if you want to be that character. Jeff, I would say Lopunny is one of the more popular Rule 34 Pokemon.
Oh, really? Really?
How do you know that? Why do you have that information in your head?
Why do you know it? That's called deflecting, Jeff. Works every time.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
you should be a lawyer.
Okay.
Octa says, gonna go dressed as a Nintendo-themed jail, or alternatively, a R4 DS 3DS card. What the hell?
This is a ROM card where you could put a bunch of ROMs on a SD card and put it in your DS and play a bunch of them. I had this exact R4 card.
I have that same exact, yes. This shit is why Nintendo was successful here in Latin America.
Mr. Bohr says this bootleg Donkey Kong costume that is standing next to what I assume is sexy Luigi. That's incredible. Nikki already has their Luigi costume ready to go.
Real? Oh, that's right. Yes, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh yeah,
I ruined. Yeah, I remember I was like, I tried to make it about them, and then I ended up not being able to say that actor's name right.
That's right. And then it was definitely a Seximo Dynamo situation where it's like, now it's about how you said that thing bad.
That's about me.
Yep. Velocity
Prime says, "Dear Jeff, treading again, Grubb and Mike, critical Passionati. The best Halloween costumes are wet and sticky, which is why I'm going as Goo EG this year. Man, I would love to be able to play Luigi's Mansion 3 again this Halloween time. What a good
Am I trending
game.
again? What did I do now?
I don't think you're trending. Don't worry,
Okay.
you're fine. You didn't do anything.
Sure.
So, Mr. I need to. I'm talking about Dan all the time. I think about that man a lot.
Yeah, we all do.
But I'm surprised he didn't really like Luigi's Mansion 3 because he seems to be down with most of like the great Switch games this generation, like Nintendo stuff a lot. But didn't
it's a bad opinion.
3. Okay, so that's interesting because when you don't take a second glance at his just I hate all Lord of the Rings thing, but you're upset about the Luigi's Mansion 3 thing.
Yeah, because I mean that's a bad opinion. His Lord of the Rings opinion is just an insane opinion, so I can't even engage with it.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. I wonder if that's a Death Stranding situation for him. I think if he gave it another try, he can maybe get it. I don't know. Matt Rare Monkey says big mouthful mode. There's Carby. How excited when we had that Carby statue at Nintendo Live?
I was very excited. That was a great picture opportunity, and it was a great picture.
Nintendo Live was so much fun. Man, that was a good time.
I think about that a lot too.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to go again if they do that next year because that was just a great time. Dr. Ryan says Wii Music drummer guy. God, that'd be incredible. I'd get it. I would so get that. I'd love that.
Oh yeah, if you had a vest, a pop, or like an open collar, and then a Wiimote and a nunchuck, I would know exactly what you're doing.
I was on, Min-Max's Trivia Tower with Ben Hansen.
I might go as this for Halloween now. I think about it.
That'd be great. So I was on Trivia Tower with Ben Hansen. We had to give each other games for charades, so people had to guess what game we were charading. And I gave him like Wii Music, which is like cute and not that hard to like get people to understand what you're doing. And he was giving me Nobi Boy and somehow I eventually got there, or like curveballs like Dr. Luigi. It's very hard to get people to guess Dr. Luigi and not Dr. Mario.
I eventually got all of them though, so it worked.
Yes,
some of yours definitely had to took longer, and it was no fault of your own. That was difficult.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Always Be Clothing says, I'm going to go as a Luigi with Mario and Wario to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Yeah, that'll go over well. I'm so jealous that Jan's going to the Oogie Boogie Bash. Have you seen the clips of the Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit that they have there this year?
It. Yes, yeah, that's great, actually. That's very cool that they're doing that.
It looks so good. So that's fantastic. I know that there were like, because like with Roger Rabbit, they do some stuff, but they don't fully own that character because of like some Steven Spielberg things. I can't believe they never resolved that yet. Like
right.
At this point, because Steven Spielberg really care that much.
And Disney like really has a lot of fondness for that movie, right?
Disney has some fondness. It was a big hit. Iger is such like a look at my Hollywood friends guy that like, of course, he's friends with Steven Spielberg. Like,
right.
You weren't ever able to hash that out at some point, really. Just, but whatever. Tokyo Game Life says a yellow label GameCube box. I was embarrassed, but I did not buy yellow GameCube games at this thing because I'm not that I really care, but I'm tired of Dan judging me. I can't handle it anymore. It is interesting to see which games they get yellow labels because it's like, big ones, obviously, but then there's the Cars game, Enter the Matrix.
Then it was just like if you sold 1 million copies, you got a yellow label one, right? Because it was like player's choice, right? That's what it was called.
Because here's Shark Tale and Shrek. Yeah. Like Shark Tale, that's shocking. Starring everyone's favorite Marvel lover, Martin Scorsese.
I guess maybe it wasn't a million.
Scorsese? Please don't yell at me.
Scorsese.
That was just a brain fart. Scorsese. Yeah. Pac-Man Fever. Yeah, there's some rando games on here. MVP Baseball 2003, like one of the MVP. Yeah, I think it's like contractual. Like, well, you sold 1 million copies, so here's your yellow label.
Did all these games? I guess they probably did sell 1 million copies on the GameCube.
Although it's like, man, a Godzilla game, it can't be 1 million. Actually,
it can't be 1 million, right? Like, that's what
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. That's a great game.
Yeah, okay.
I find hard to believe that game.
They think it's 250,000 units. That sounds right. That sounds
better for GameCube. Yes. Although it's kind of like, like here's your participation trophy. But hey, there weren't that many GameCubes, so that's Yeah, it's like
Like, I
one
might
out of
start
20
collecting
people.
only yellow label GameCubes.
I'd like that.
GameCubes.
And then when I like replace my yellow label ones with black labels, they can give them to you.
Yes, exactly.
That'll actually work out pretty well for us. I like this. This is good. This topic's working out well. Our community is doing well so far. Let's see what Hosp says. A Joy-Con, so when I inevitably start stumbling around after a few drinks, I can claim it's stick drift. I like that.
Very good.
I like
Very
that.
good.
That's pretty good. Okay.
Oh, wow. Look at this. This is
Bender.
the rule. Oh, my God.
Bender has a GIF with all the Rule 34 famous
God.
Pokemon. Actually, I'm not even sure that one on the right is. But yeah, I could definitely see people wanting to have sex with that Pokemon, though.
Yeah, it's wearing what is like garters or whatever, stockings. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so there you go. Slay McAwesome says Doug Bowser. I can say I'm dressed up as Bowser and still go as a normal looking dude. We got a picture of Bug Dowser. Doug Bowser.
That's right.
Bug Dowser.
I'm going to go as Bug Dowser for Halloween.
Is that Bug Dowser, the guy from that Mystery Science Theater 3000 movie?
Exactly.
The last sacrifice. The
All
final
right, Mike,
sacrifice.
you listen here, little shit. You put some respect on Czarina's name, all right?
Oh, is that the one?
The Pokemon fucker is logged on, everybody.
Here we go.
Hey, would you believe, literally, no exaggeration, that Pokemon's entire gimmick is stepping on you?
I do believe it. Looking at it, I do believe that.
Yeah, they're not even trying to hide it now.
Man,
it's great.
Beef Hammer says, if I just dye my hair blue, I look pretty damn close to Ike from Fire Emblem. Will anyone that I know understand the costume? No, but we got to see if the anime blue hair works in real life. Beef Hammer, I'm impressed. Isn't Ike kind of like... Ike's kind of beefy. Ike's like the one with like muscles and stuff. You look like Ike. That's pretty cool. Yes, Jeff.
Yeah, I just thought about the Roman Empire.
Oh, cool. Why?
Because Czarina, Czar, Caesar, Roman Empire. That's what happened right there. Because Czar is comes from the word Caesar. So there it was.
You know a lot about the Roman Empire. Like Dan doesn't think about the Roman Empire much. Also doesn't know much about, which is fine. I'm not.
I know.
Like,
listen, I've gathered some. I've never like sought it out. Right. As it comes to me, I have absorbed some of it. I've never really spent much time studying it or listening to podcasts or watching documentaries.
Kaiser is just another
Kaiser's another
Kaiser.
Caesar. Yes.
There was the second Digimon show. There was a guy called the Digimon Kaiser, and he got Vegeta and he became a good guy, but it was like weird. I remember that. Screaming Madden says, I actually went to a Halloween party as Wario one year, but I wasn't fat enough. And when one trick-or-treating kid arrived at my friend's house and saw me, he yelled, "It's Waluigi." But this year, non-specific action figure. Oh my God, remember non-specific action figure?
I don't,
From, like,
actually.
a
What is
direct
this?
or something. And then everybody was like, oh, non-specific action figure for Smash. God, that unlocked a core memory. Man.
Okay. Wow.
Lenny Cool Dick Denver says, shout out to Cone. Also, you guys are supposedly Nintendogs. This counts. And it's that picture of me photoshopped on Kevin James. I should try to find this shirt and stuff. And
Definitely.
Recreate this in my kitchen or something. That'd be funny. Tears of the JT just says thumbnails on point for tonight. Oh, thumbnail. Yes, thank you. Yes. Jeff, did you like the thumbnail for our show today?
I did like the thumbnail. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one. I'm just like, yeah.
It's for the audio listeners who probably don't see that on YouTube. It was a Red Dead Redemption, the one saying Jeff's favorite game might be coming to Switch. Yay. Crouching Boomer Hidden Zoomer says it's going to be Sylvan from Three Houses. What a loser. Yeah, he is kind of a loser with his pretty boy red anime hair.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Big
Jamie,
puppy dog brown eyes. Hate this guy.
Yeah. Jamie says I'm going to be everyone's favorite red plumber guy. Generic Mario costume.
Yeah,
incredible.
that's good stuff.
I like going to like the Halloween store, like one of those like, hey, we're gonna put a Spirit Halloween in one of your town's abandoned like closed stores from this year. I always like going at least once just for funsies.
Sure.
Even if I don't need anything, gets to be in the mood, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You need to be in the mood.
Diego says I'll be going as totally not AI Donkey Kong Mossy Village. I do have to say, you've seen this picture of like that Mossy Village.
Yeah, I tweeted about it because it was like when I first came across my feed, I was looking at it close up, like I was laying in bed, so I had my phone real close. I'm like, it's a bunch of buildings. It kind of looks like Donkey Kong, and then I kept scrolling, and then I saw it again later out of the corner of my eye, or kind of like squinting. I'm like, no, that's just Donkey Kong, and then I'm like, oh, obviously this is an AI thing. And then I got a bunch of people who are like, Jeff, that's AI. I'm like, what the fuck did you think I think it was? Like, God did this? You think I think God did this? Like, what are you talking about? got very frustrated, Mike.
It's incredible. It looks more like Donkey Kong when you zoom it out even a little bit. It's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're looking, if you squint, it's exactly Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it is neat.
Yep.
Vision says, I'd be a Goomba with a hat to scare Miyamoto. I'd be a Goomba with a giant dumper, Jeff.
Just
because
Brazilian butt lift. Yeah.
Yeah. Shoji Koto says, I'd go as a Tanuki Suit Mario, but only as a Japanese folklore accurate version of Tanuki with giant balls. It sure is watching Pom Poko, the Ghibli movie, and it really is just about those little guys using their balls like crazy.
I mean, that's the lore. That's what the whole thing is. But it's like, the movie's just like, we're not going to shy away from that. Like, these dudes just do everything with their balls.
Japan, they don't care about that type of stuff as much as y'all do over there.
Yeah.
So,
we got to get
thanks for the cultural lesson, Mod.
You're welcome.
I like yelling at mods. It makes me feel better about my own inadequacies.
Sure, absolutely. Makes you a bigger man.
Yeah. I would have done well in the Roman Empire because I could, barbarians because they're not from Rome. The new Vegas Wolf says, I usually go as a PlayStation 3 version of The Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon, released on the 22nd of October in 2008 for the aforementioned PlayStation 3, as well as the Wii, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, Nintendo dual screens, and mobile devices. Elijah Wood reprised his role as Spyro for some reason. Here's a picture of me in costume. My dad is holding me with his really big hand. Incredible.
Yeah, very lifelike.
Fish and Love says, I tried Googling Gooba Dumper costumes, somehow got no relevant result. No clue why. Sorry about that, Fish. Sucks. Drewman says, who's gonna dress up as our favorite mommy, Dom? It's a picture of Samus. Remember, there's somebody like at a convention that had like the Samus that looked like the Super Metroid sprite, and it was so cool.
Yeah, that was very cool, yeah.
Yeah. Casper says, catch me at a church trunk or treat as Pyra. Can you imagine if somebody just actually dressed like Pyra in real life?
No.
You wouldn't be allowed in a bar even on Halloween.
Yeah. You did. Listen, you just go back and get on your OnlyFans if you're dressed as Pyra.
That's just a stripper. Do you have that in the game?
Probably. JD Camp says, easy going as one of these Tekken freaks as a Nintendo freak. What is this even from? Was there a Tekken game on the Wii U or something? What the hell? When did the Tekken characters dress up as Mario characters? There's just a bad mod. It's very funny looking.
I think you can do a bunch of weird shit with the item collection stuff on Tekken 7.
Yeah.
Sean says it's Tekken Tag 2. Thank you, Sean.
Well,
insignificant worm.
Christian? Well, that's just like your opinion.
No. I thought it was because in Tekken 7 you see a bunch of dudes like the characters dressed really weirdly all the time, and I'm like, oh, you probably can't do that with that stuff. But I was
probably could. Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is clear creative character stuff. Jack Bink says, I'll be going as someone who likes amusement parks. Had a fun time at Nintendo World recently. Oh,
very cool.
I'm glad you enjoyed
I like that sweater a lot.
Gigante says, possible idea for Mike. Is Kevin James a Nintendo character? I was trying to even think, is Kevin James like, I'm trying, because I like to play like How Many Degrees of Separation to Disney. I'm having a hard time getting Kevin James to Disney, which can't be right. Kevin James.
Well, Kevin James, good friends with Adam Sandler. That's
sure, but like
that's got to be something.
Well, Adam Sandler is harder, but David Spade was obviously Emperor's New Groove, so there's that. I don't know if Adam Sandler ever did anything for Disney, which is crazy.
Yeah, but he's had to work with someone who has, right? I mean,
yeah, but that is a surprising amount of degrees of separation to get from Kevin James to Disney. Like, has Kevin James really not been in a Disney movie or show? If Kevin James was a sitcom actor 5 years earlier than he would absolutely have been.
Well, what channel was King of Queens on? ABC?
That's a CBS show.
CBS,
I think
okay.
that's a CBS.
So Les Moonves, bitch. I see.
Doesn't it? It just screams CBS energy to me.
It does. It does. It looks like it's using one of those CBS cameras that all those shows use. I know what you mean.
Right. Yeah. So, let's see. Christian just has a giant orange tank from Advance Wars. I like that.
The medium tank. Yeah. I listen. If I could probably make that out of cardboard. Let me see what I could do.
And then Turbo Sean says, I just really want to confuse Jeff, and it is Bowsette. Man, look at that. We got Bowsette back.
Not confused at all. Literally nothing confusing about that. Just hot.
No.
Just hot.
I can't do it. I know it's Bowser.
Is that AI?
That sounds like a personal problem, Mike. I have no problems over here. I'm all good. Zero confusion.
Okay, wait, people are saying Grown Ups. Grown Ups isn't Disney, is it? Let's see. Grown Ups movie. Grown Ups. Who made Grown Ups? If that's Disney or like Buena Vista.
Buena
Who
Vista.
made that?
Click seems like a Buena Vista movie.
Yeah, no, it's Sony. Yeah, that's Grown Ups is Sony. We're good.
Columbia
Yeah.
TriStar.
Now I'm gonna
All right.
freaking look at Kevin Jameson's discography here. Discography. Okay. No, he's in a newer Pinocchio. Oh, it's a 2002 Pinocchio. Don't even remember that one. Hotel Transylvania. No. Paul Blart. No.
Is the
Pixels,
2002
no.
Pinocchio not the one with Roberto Bernini? I was probably in the 90s.
That is. Yeah.
Oh, it is?
That's Miramax, which is that's Harvey Weinstein.
Kevin James is in the Roberto Bernini Pinocchio?
Yeah, I think he has a small pit. Let's see.
I need to fucking see this movie. I've never seen it. I just make jokes about
Yeah,
it.
he's the dubbing actor for Magnia Fuoco. Man, I should know this is Italian. I can't yet.
I want to play Lies of P, but I want to do a mod to replace him with the Roberto Bernini Pinocchio and that stupid costume. That's what I need.
That makes sense. Man, I don't think I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry is going to be Disney. It's like, look at all these movies he did. I don't think any of them are like Disney. Disney wouldn't touch him.
This is Adam Sandler or Kevin James still?
Kevin James.
Does it
Isn't
have
that
any
anything?
Any Fox movies? Now the Fox.
I mean, yeah, but that's like, I don't want that. I don't want to settle for that. I mean, come on. You never did anything for freaking Disney, and you're Kevin James. I think that's interesting. That's weird.
I'm pretty sure that he was on a Disney Channel TV show called Liv and Maddie. Kevin James was a guest star on it. There you go.
And
There you go.
you did it, Jeff. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Absolutely.
I can finally move on in my
I'm
life.
like, that
All
makes
right, well,
perfect. I'm like, I guarantee, like, he just seems like you're right, 5 years earlier, but like, if he was like 10 years, 15 years younger, he would have been on one of those like Disney Channel original cable shows in the 90s.
He would have been like Drew Carey being in that weird TV Pinocchio movie. Although Drew Carey loved Disney, so that's why he was in an absolute ton. Okay, Jeff, let's take one more break. We'll get back to Super Chats. We'll talk about what we've been playing. How's it sound?
That sounds great. Absolutely. Oh my God, I'm watching this Kevin James thing from Disney Channel.
Okay.
Let's just get right back to it.
We just go back to it.
Mike, I think
Yeah.
you missed a super chat earlier.
Well, we're going to go back to Super Chats, if that's what you mean.
No, like early.
Let me
I think
see
you missed
here.
one.
Before Chrono Rig?
No. Did you do Chris's? I don't think you did that one.
No, I didn't get that one. I will
Oh.
read that one.
Oh, yeah, Jeff.
Do you saw in chat? This on YouTube. There's a new thing that says when you change from on the chat to show.
Yeah,
you
there's a
live
fan
chat,
funding
that's-
section. Yeah.
Yes, it's very nice.
Yeah. Yep, we get it. All right.
Okay.
Let's get back to it. And we're back, Jeff. I think we have a few more super chats to bring up here.
Yeah. Chris is from earlier. He writes, when Wonder comes out next month, will Jeremy Parrish finally be forced to retract his absolutely unhinged ranking of Mario games that has New Super Mario Brothers U as number one? Or will he continue to troll us all until we die?
It's like, at the time I almost got it because like, yeah, that game plays well. And like I had some leniency there. It was when the Switch version that came out and I played it again. I was just like, this is mine to make.
It's mine.
To
Yeah,
play this again.
I think I agree. Like those games, I think New Super Mario Brothers Wii I enjoy better than Wii U. But I'm like, okay, if it's pretty close, I kind of get it. But seeing it in the context of Wonder now, it's like I kind of get angry looking at New Super Mario Brothers U. Yeah, I'm like, man, I cannot believe they did this for so many years and kind of cheated us out of cool and interesting takes on Mario.
Yeah, it was surprisingly lazy from Nintendo. Say what you will about Nintendo, they often aren't lazy. New Super Mario Brothers, like, the third and fourth one, they felt kind of lazy.
So yes, they are thrifty a lot of times, and that leads to situations like this, where it's like this is an extreme case of their thriftiness becoming laziness. And yeah, and I think it's worth calling out. Like most developers aren't lazy. In this situation, Nintendo was like, we are reusing the assets too many times. Yeah.
And Jeremy Parrish can like what he likes. I'm curious.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder if he digs in on that opinion these days, or if he's like, nah, maybe I was wrong.
He's a good sport about it. He knows that most people get upset about it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff. More super chats, please.
Yeah, let's see here. We did the Baba's Me. Did we? Yes, we did Cody Clements. That means Connell Wood. I think about buying a zoo every day.
I mean, don't we all?
Connell,
He's
yeah.
so sweet.
One of us.
You can snuggle with so many animals at night.
Yeah, I go in there with the wild lions and just see what happens.
For snuggies.
Yeah, when you're feeling sad, just see what the lions do.
Superstar says they did that list again recently at Retronauts, and he stood. But to be clear, it's not a 2D Mario list. It's just Mario, right?
I don't know. I think
it's all Mario.
2D Mario.
I think it might be all Mario. I think it's like
if it's all Mario, that's a truly unhinged thing.
Oh, that one was just 2D on Retronauts. Okay,
all right.
And that's still, to be clear, like a little unhinged.
Oh,
but
yeah, for sure. Yes.
If you're like gonna be like, it's better than Mario Odyssey and Mario 64, or Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, then I'd be like, okay.
AT asks, do you all use platinum points on physical rewards? And I absolutely do. I got a Pikmin hand towel recently that my kids use as a blanket for their toys.
I never remember. I think you sometimes, even when we redeem our review codes, we get these point things sometimes, which is kind of nice.
Well, you definitely get the gold points for sure.
Yeah, maybe you don't get the platinum. You're right. You
Sometimes
get the gold
I think
points.
you might get the platinum. I usually have platinum points a surprising amount. Like right now, I have 500, and I want 800 because I want that Mario Brothers tote bag. But I can't afford it. But the gold points, I use that all the time to like get like cheap little games on the eShop. Like that's great.
I got you. Yeah, I use that quite a bit. I have to see. So how many points do I have right now? I have finally logged in.
There was a platinum points earning station at Nintendo Live, and there was like just too many people standing in that line for me to go do it or anything like that.
Yeah, I have
450
platinum points, which is the only thing I can say I can get right now is a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Final Sticker Set. Man, if I had 800, I could get this cool Metroid Prime Remastered Big Pin Set, which I really want. I'm going to try to save up for this. Remind me at the end of the year, see if I have enough for this Metroid Prime Remastered pins.
Yep. It's free except for the shipping. That's right. You got to pay for shipping, but it's it's whatever at that point. I got a Pikmin tote bag as well that the kids really like, and it's cool.
This Pikmin kitchen towel is pretty.
Oh,
nice,
it's really.
actually.
I always get excited when I see that. I'm like, oh yeah, that thing. I mean, the kids totally have taken it as their own. I'm fine with that, but I really like it.
All right, next.
Yep, I'm getting to Burrito, who says, here's some money for Mike leading us all down the critical path and ensuring its hilarity.
You're welcome, everybody. I'm always looking out for you.
That should be a shirt. A critical path Mikey or something like that. We could.
Was that a Giant Bomb shirt or a?
I don't know. Maybe we should make it. Maybe we should just make it so we can get that money.
Money.
I'm sharing.
Get your Columbro shirts, everybody.
I'm Sharon Cox says, I'm going as everyone's fave,
right.
Daisy this Halloween. That's very interesting, Sharon. Tell us more about that. And then
I'm going to go as Elephant Daisy only.
Hell yeah. And then Mikey O'Leary, which I'm sure is also an attempt to make me to say something to the horrible. Just kidding, Mikey. Says, how often do you think of the Brazilian butt lift? Every day. Of course I think about that every day.
I think,
BBLs.
I just felt bad because I didn't know. Like, I was like, yeah, good for Kim Kardashian. That's a nice butt. And then I don't know why. I don't know why I consider it cheating. I consider it cheating more so than even other cosmetic surgeries. I don't know why.
I think it's the least cheating one because it's like, I mean, something about I don't know. A butt kind of can't look fake, even when it's absurd. Like it just never looks like that. Plastic or whatever. No one needs to hear my opinions on women's
I guess
bodies.
It's because it was like she had those famous break the internet pictures, and I'm like, you use performance enhancers.
Yeah. But I mean, there's no regulatory body. It's just the body.
Just the body booty body. All right. Well, there's that. Jeff,
there is that. No more super chats as of now, but thanks for everyone who sent one in. We'll get to the rest before the end of the show if you send in any more, everybody.
Thank you. And you still have some time if you're watching live to get super chats in. You still have time to hit the thumbs up button. We appreciate it if you do that. Jeff, what have you been playing? Playing any Switch stuff recently?
I'm still playing a lot of F-Zero 99. A lot. I'm not playing as much as I was, but I'm still enjoying it.
Do you think we're going to do that this week? Or
we are. It's on the calendar even. Yeah.
Oh, when is it on the calendar?
It's a good point. I should probably tell you that. Right after Game Mess Mornings tomorrow.
I should practice. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Shit.
I should check my schedule.
Yeah. Oh,
I
look at
should
that.
see if I could do this, Jeff.
Woof,
I think
okay.
I should be good.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, just put it on there. I'll talk to Mike about it later. And then someone forgot to do their job there.
Sometimes I'm like, sometimes I'm like, should I just be in their Slack or something? But,
Yeah, we probably should. Well, at the very least, maybe just have you in those meetings.
well, it's all good either way.
Yeah. Wednesday we'll be doing that, and I'll be playing more of that. But I mean, other than that, not a lot of time for Switch because I am catching up on a bunch of other stuff. I'm playing. I got Starfield working on the Roger Ally, so I've been playing that, and I'm finishing up Armored Core. I'm on the last chapter there, and like really just cruising through that now. And that's still fantastic. And there's a bunch of other stuff. So the Switch, Nintendo games, I don't know. Like I said, I got my big Super Mario RPG. That's what I got.
Hell yeah. I did beat Starfield, which it feels good to beat video games. So I beat that. So I'm ready there. But
Mike, can I ask you how long after the Effect and Cause level, the Titanfall 2 level, how much longer after that did it take for you to
not very much. If you just keep doing main missions, not very much longer.
Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting the sense of. Okay, cool. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. And we're doing our Game Club discussion on that on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want to watch that live or watch that video later or partake if you're in the Game Club. Yeah. And voting's also live for next month's game. Spooky game, Jeff. We have 4 options this time to spice things up a little bit.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, because it's like I couldn't decide between Dead Space Remake and Resident Evil 2 Remake. And I just asked chat, like, first I asked, like, which one should it be? It was
When's the last time you played Resident Evil 2 Remake?
Well, see, I played it when it came out, and I was enjoying it, and then I kind of, like, something happened, so I did not get far enough in it, and now...
That game's very good, but the beginning is by far the best part of that game. When you kind of get a little bit later in it, it's like, yeah, this is still good, but it's not as good as it was.
Interesting. Well, because like, I really only have, like, been, like, I think I actually really like Resident Evil... It was after playing Resident Evil 1, the remake and stuff. And then
it kind of clicked for you, yeah.
Right. Like, even like playing like 8, I did like that when I reviewed it, but it was playing that and then Resident Evil 4 remake. You know how I feel about that, of course. So
would you play Resident Evil 7? Because that one's too scary.
I don't know. I watched so when I had to review 8, I watched a playthrough of 7. 7 is still like, because like, you know, like I come on around to like spooky stuff a little bit, but 7 is the one that's most like that's kind of brand of horror that I do find really upsetting and unsettling. Sure. And it's like, oh man, I don't know.
Stressful is the word for me, enemy mouse. I can only handle so much stress.
I would require to be paid to play Resident Evil 7. Let's put it like that.
All right, well,
do you want to pay me to play Resident Evil 7?
Yeah,
sure.
maybe we'll figure something out there. Yeah.
Yeah, someday. But like, there might become a point where I play through every other one. It's like, well, I guess I should play through 7 finally. We'll see. I
would never play it in VR unless it was for like comedic effect, where I'm doing it and you're all making fun of me while I'm playing a VR horror game or something.
I just couldn't do that.
Yep.
That'd be too much.
It's terrifying to me. Yep.
Yeah. But it's been all Sea of Stars, just in constant Sea of Stars. Been playing it every night. I just absolutely love that game. I have not lost any steam on it whatsoever. I think that the story has actually been really fun. It's been interesting. I know you said earlier to me, you heard some people say like, oh, you don't get like a lot of new stuff. And like in the sense of like, you don't keep getting a lot of new abilities necessarily. You get some other things, but that's fine. Because I mean, you know, sometimes at RPGs, it's kind of almost like redundant. It's like, well, here's like your new like spell that just, you know, does damage, right? It's like, well, if you have a spell that's an AoE spell, that's that character's AoE spell, right? It makes sense. And it's still always fun. Like the main, like the best attack in that game is the Moonerang, which the Valere has. I don't know if it's pronounced Valere or Valerie actually, but she has the Moonerang, and that's the thing where you throw this boomerang, it bounces that enemy, comes back to you, and you have to kind of time your button to deflect it. Then it'll go to like the next enemy. So that move's great because it is AoE. But if it is just one enemy, it just keeps bouncing to them. It does a lot of damage. If you're good with the timing, you can get a lot of hits. And that's the stuff that reminds me, like Mario RPG, if you get really good at time, like the multi-jump thing, right? If you get good at that, you can do a lot of damage with that, even late in the game. So, yeah, Moonerang feels great. But yeah, like the story has been a lot of fun. There has been some surprises. You know, I guess you call them twists, but not like, you know, like we're trying really hard to force a twist kind of a stuff.
Right.
Yeah, just has not lost any steam for me. Been really well paced in terms of dungeon, puzzle, like the story stuff. It doesn't ever do too much of one of those things. You know, mostly the battle still feels like the most important thing here, which is right, but doesn't come close to feeling like some kind of pure dungeon crawler. So yeah, it is just really scratching that itch.
I'm glad that it's lived up to the billing for you. That's actually really encouraging. So I'm that, like I said, that probably will be the next Switch game I'm going to. But there's a lot of stuff to get off. I want to play through Cyberpunk, the DLC. I just don't. There's so much.
I might tomorrow, because at some point I want to stream me trying Cyberpunk for the first time ever.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So I will definitely check that out.
Guys are really, everyone's really enjoying it. And I think it's a good game too. I just like, people are like gaga for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people do like those kind of games.
I think it's what,
so
yes,
if you have a polished one of those.
And now it is a polished one of those. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so that, there's going to be some people just going to, I mean, hey, if you have like a very unpolished one of those, like certain something, people might, that game might sell millions of copies too, even.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yep.
So, hey. All right. Well, we're almost at the end here. I don't think we got any more super chats. Hey, did you see Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 coming to Steam?
I did. We were on the Bombcast and we were on break, and Dan mentioned, hey, it's coming to PC. I'm like, Steam, it's been on Epic. And then it's like, oh, yeah, okay. So that's cool. Mostly because it means that Activision Blizzard remembers that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 exist.
Yeah.
That's what, because, you know, that Epic Games exclusivity window had to be up years and years ago, and then they just forgot about it. And so they're doing more with it. Okay. That's somewhat encouraging.
God, it would, and it's not going to happen, but God, it would kill for them to do 3 and 4, or even just 3, but not going to happen.
I would really be very excited. I mean, 1+2, the best-selling Tony Hawk Pro Skater game ever.
And we, and that's crazy considering how, like, that game was doing so well for them.
The biggest game series in the world at one point, yeah.
Yeah, so it is just bizarre that that's not good enough anymore. I mean, that deal seems like it's closing soon. Is there any chance Microsoft is going to come in and say, like, hey, actually, it's really valuable to us to do more Tony Hawk? And that's the next...
like, because the chance feels like zero with Activision Blizzard, it's like an infinite more chance with Microsoft, but it's not like still some huge chance. I think I was listening to kind of a Sony fanboy podcast the other day, and they're just like talking about the deal closing. They're like, everyone thinks they're going to go in and make all these games. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. They're not going to make they're not going to make 1 million Hexens, sure. But the chances of Microsoft taking those franchises and doing something with them is significantly greater than Activision Blizzard. Doesn't mean 100%. It's far from 100%, but you're going to get like, 10% more of those games.
Kevin in chat said Grubb listening to his own podcast.
Yeah, so
it's good. Yeah, so when I was testing my PlayStation 2 and I was seeing like if PlayStation 1 games, making sure that works well on there, I have my disc for the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, and that's what I played. And it is a trip to go back to the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. I remember some of the stuff that's obviously better in the later games, like manuals and whatnot. I forgot you don't actually have like a meter UI for the grind. It's just your literal characters tilting. You can't look up your moves in the middle of a level, stuff like that. And yet, still,
it was all about feel and attitude back then for that first one. I mean, I had the N64 games, so it's like even the music was kind of crunched down and wasn't as the track list wasn't as big, but it still totally worked for me. And I think I had the yellow cartridge N64 Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, which is I think the worst version of that game, and it was never a problem for me. I had such a good time with it.
We got one more super chat real quick from Connell Wood, who says Steam has a demo for Extreme Formula. It's F-Zero GX.
I will be the judge of that.
Yeah. Jeff is very hard to please with these fan-made.
I am actually, yes.
You are, and I mean I think that's fair. But there is definitely a Jeff test. If you can win Jeff over, then maybe I'll be, because there's been a bunch of these. Is this the one that said it was canceling its Switch version because of the Unity stuff?
I don't know. I actually kind of only glanced at that story, so I'm not sure. There's Extreme Formula Championship. Probably not. It's probably just this one XF. That seems right.
Extreme Formula.
Oh, look at that. That's
a demo.
Okay, interesting. I'll download this demo right now and have it destroy the podcast.
It sounds like obnoxious, but part of what makes F-Zero GX good is that it's F-Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's kind of something fun about that world and those characters and all that stuff. That's just you can, even if you somehow capture the game feel 100%, you're still only 50% of the way there.
Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. The upload is kind of going all over the place now that I'm downloading a video game off Steam in the middle of our podcast.
Let's get out of here. You're always surprised. You're always surprised.
Oh wow, it's going down to half. All right, yeah, Mike, get us out of here.
Yeah. Hey, again, Thursday, Game Mess Game Club. Tomorrow at around noonish, F-Zero to Hero. Jeff and I are going to play F-Zero against each other on Giant Bomb.
I think Lucy's good for tomorrow, but if she's not, do you want to just do Game Mess with me and we'll just go right into that?
Yeah, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, let me know.
Cool.
It'll be a big day for Mikey on Giant Bomb. Well,
it'll be a
I
busy
got
day,
my
actually.
Light Club game, Major Mitch. We're going to see what.
Yeah, if that's too much, just let me know for sure.
No, it's fine. We're going to Major Mitch it up. I still think it's going to be Special Forces. We'll see if I'm wrong. I'm excited for that. How about you, Jeff? What's going on?
I'm very excited for Blight Club. Really happy that we're getting onto Mike's game. But yeah, I don't know. Just tune into Giant Bomb. And if you're listening to this podcast, thank you so much. It's been so nice to see kind of the growth. And then join the Discord, discord.gg/GameMess. Bye, everybody.
That's fucked up that he ate so many sunflower seeds that his butthole stopped working.
Mainstream penetration.
Uh-oh.
I got it.
Legal pills.